Good morning, people. Guido coming at you with a coffee talk. Did we have one last week?
We did, but it was cut short by Pilgrim because Pilgrim had to bugger off, didn't he?
All right. All right. Good
But the
morning.
week before, you were away doing things, so we didn't do one the week before. Good morning, anyway.
And I failed to stream on Monday because it's family,
Yeah.
I got up, doing a few little things, got my workout in, and then my wife's like, all right, the sun is showing up. What's he showing up for? We just got to do this and the other. That's right. Because he refused to go get his wisdom teeth taken care of in the summer before he went back to school. And then he got an infected wisdom tooth.
There you go.
So now on Monday,
to get out.
on the holiday, we're doing an emergency. Wife's calling around to dentist she knows, finally gets him in somewhere, gets some antibiotics and stuff. He shows up with his truck, which he didn't take to get fixed, that I've been telling him to do for 5 months. So then I'm like, all right, take my truck back, leave yours here.
Oh, man.
So I took that down to the shop, and they're like, oh, it'll be $400 for a new belt and a couple of little doodads because it was making a screech when you started, yeah. So then about an hour before they close, when I'm about to go down there and pick it up, I call them like, hey, is that ready? Like, anyway, about that water pump leak. It's a Lexus Toyota thing. The timing belts on those are notorious, and all the power pack stuff. And because it's such an operation to pull the front of the engine off to get to all that crap, once they did that, like, it's got to. So if you're going to pull off the water pump and redo the water pump, you might as well redo the whole timing belt because they're
the
good.
whole thing.
They're good, like 90,000 miles. I don't even know if that truck ever had one. It's an older Lexus.
Okay.
It's a 2004,
Okay.
man.
Steam powered, is it?
It's 2004. It's
20-year-old truck.
It's got almost 200,000 miles on it, man. We bought it used.
Whoa. You could do that with those engines, though. They're massive,
Yeah, I mean, it's got the awesome Toyota Lexus V8. It's just a great engine if you keep the oil change and keep it going. Yeah. But so now I don't even know what that's going to cost. I don't even want to know. Anyway,
the difference between boys and girls. Well, go on. Sorry, carry on.
I was just going to finish up with that was my Monday. So continue difference.
Well, you see the difference between boys and girls. If that was your daughter, none of that would have happened because it all would have been sorted out. But boys are like, I'll just go home and my dad will sort it.
Or I'll just ignore it. I'll just ignore it.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what? What's good about having a house general as a teacher is that she has the ability to blackmail other trades to get things done, like the dentist. If you don't look after my son, I'm going to fail your children at school. You're going to get.
Well, I have to tell you that is she works at that little private school, and that's where all those people send their kids for up to 8th grade, and then they go to public school for high school. But she knows a significant amount of professionals around the town. So
I'm not saying your house owner would do that, but if I was in that position, let's discuss your child's education.
I mean, she's not annoying about it, but if there's a situation like that, she knows a person.
That's cool.
We have definitely, like, my son got hit in the eye once, and she was talking to an optometrist person that she had a kid in her class, or they had a kid in her class. And they're like, now what's going on? They're like, all right, we'll send him in. And they're like, we're glad you sent it in because that was a nearly detached retina.
Oh, crikey.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go, isn't it? Hey, that's good.
So stuff like that. Anyway, man, that's what happened last week. Last week was a mess. And then there was so I kind of hit a nerve I always hit a nerve when I do these videos on, like bad players / losing streaks / matchmaker situations and all that stuff. That always brings out the different opinions. We have a lot of opinions.
Of course it does.
Which is good.
Yeah.
But I think I'm going to double down. I'm going to double down on Monday.
Are you? Are you really? You're going to have a real miserable
a Donnybrook.
Yeah.
A real Donnybrook.
Oh, dear.
I'm gonna say something controversial. You ready?
Go on then. Say it.
In the game, not in life. I'm telling you, I am as close right now to wanting skill-based matchmaking as ever.
It means you and I would never platoon again.
And that's that's a great reason why not. That's a great reason why not. It is, because how else would we get 43% going?
I know.
Oh, hold on. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, true. It has been bad. It's been pretty miserable, hasn't it, this week? I don't know what it is.
Good morning, Randall Kedge, Triple M. What is Pilgrim Samarkand? Hold on, hold that thought. Oh, Brute, good morning. Gator. Did I say Cliffy? I didn't. Cliffy, how are you? Odd Dog. I did say Oh, Brute. What? Samarkand. Is that the old word for what Everest is?
Well, now, yeah, I mean, it could well be, but it stems from the journey to Samarkand that the Pilgrims made, and were... it's the poem that my regiment... it's the ethos of the regiment.
Oh, okay.
So it's the poem that goes with that. We are the Pilgrims, Master. We shall go that one step further over the far distant mountain or glimmering sea, and so on. So, the journey to Samarkand was basically the journey in the Middle East, the pilgrimage from England to Jerusalem.
Oh, okay.
Or thereabouts.
Right.
So the pilgrims made the journey, and they went, that one step further. So it's all about, really, the ethos is where everybody else would stop, we continue.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So that's where it's from. But it actually applies to Everest because it's that one step further.
So despite you and I discussing problematic things to talk about, now you're bringing up the Crusades through your name.
Yeah. Yes, of course I am. Yes. We are the Crusaders. We are the original, aren't we? With the white vest with the red cross on it. Exactly.
Oh, man. Hey, that's a good question. Kedge asked.
Yes. Well, shall I say there was a discussion had within the household.
One way, I imagine.
It was, yes.
You were in receive mode. The general was in transmit mode.
It was a one-way discussion. It was going this way and that way into those ears. And it was along the lines of, when are you going to get rid of that stupid thing on your face?
Yeah.
So,
you're like, my glasses, I can't see without
yes, I said I can't do anything about my glasses. I need to buy
jeez. Rude.
Yeah. I mean, if it's that stupid, I'll go to Specsavers and get some new ones. But, yeah. And then she said, stop trying to be like Guido and be yourself. Well, that was wounding.
That is wounding. That is wounding.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, I'll come back to being...
Tell her I try to be like Pilgrim.
You can never shave that off, dude.
No, not shaved. Not shaved. You're generally in a good mood.
I'm always in a good mood.
You are.
Life is for living.
You are, and I struggle with that, so I appreciate that. Every time you show, I call you and it show up. It's a smile and a how you doing. You know what I mean? It is.
Life's too short, Guido.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You could walk out the front door tomorrow and get run over by a bus.
Well, hell, man.
That's my attitude to life. Live it as it happens.
Oh, Brute, thanks, man. Thanks for the sub. Much appreciatied, my friend. Much appreciated.
Oh, Brute was up early, but it wasn't because he shat the bed. Because I asked him, did he shit the bed? He went, no, my time clock's gone to pot because of all the flying he's doing, bless him.
Oh, man, that life. Holy cow, that life. What time is it? Where am I?
Kedge had adverts for women's shoes, so he had to resubscribe.
What?
Well, you still got that 43% thing up on there. Get it off.
I had a big ad for I went to tanks.gg or whatever this one is. No, this one is tomato.gg.
That one.
And the big ad because that one puts it right up front and you have to click it out of the way. It was those Spanx.
Yeah.
Like the tummy things and stuff.
Yeah. To keep all the folds of fat.
Yeah.
Flat, so you look thin.
Yeah. Holy cow.
Did we go there?
So
anyway.
So anyway, back to how last week went. my win rate, fellers. And this is connected to the doubling down on maybe talking about this kind of stuff. But let me just set the stage here, fellas. Let me show you. Let me show you how this has been going for Guido. All right, there we go. What's this ad? We got an ad for Harry Potter Legos. All right, that's fair enough. Okay, good. That wasn't embarrassing. Although we have...
See, you guys call it Legos.
What do you call it?
Legos.
What do you call it?
Lego. It's Lego. It's not plural. It's like sheep. It's a generic plural word. So it's Lego.
Legos.
It's not Legos.
Legos.
You don't say sheep.
Legos is the you know...
It's Lego.
Plural for all of the Legos that you're going to use.
It's not Legos, or anything else. It's Lego.
Lego. We made the damn thing. We get to call it Legos if we want.
No, you didn't. It was made in Norway.
It was not. Norwegians haven't invented anything but skis and yaks.
Yaks. Herring. Pickled herrings. That's what the Norwegians...
Oh, have you seen... Are they the ones that have that fish, that rotten fish stuff? That when you open it, people get the immediate gag reflex?
Yeah, exactly.
And then they have a challenge where people try to eat it? I don't even particularly care for fish. I mean, I'm okay with fish, but I don't love it. I think I wouldn't be able to do that.
It has to be whitefish, I think.
Yeah.
For the start. So
this is my week, fellas. Here are 38 battles.
Yeah.
31.58, I think it is. My eyes are failing me there. 31%, 38. That's all I've played in 7 days. That's one of the lowest. Other than being on vacation for an entire week and didn't play, for a week that I had my computer. I was busy, but I wasn't busy enough that I couldn't play. I played other stuff. I only played 38 battles, man, and I'll tell you why. I don't know what day it was, Monday or Tuesday. Played
probably Monday.
I came home, played 3 or 4 battles or whatever, and they were horrible. And the last battle was just a disaster. And so I just turned it off. I'm like, whatever. So the next day, I got up, probably Wednesday or so, had some time after work, sat down to play, and went like 0-4 or 1-5 or something like that. It just absolute, complete disaster. Yeah. Every battle was... I'm going to go look at it because I have the replay. Sometimes these things look worse at the time than they really are. So that's part of what I'm going to do when I take a look at these. Because I saved this series of 5 or 4 or whatever. But I was looking at the players, right? And we all get these streaks. It just happens. But it's very, very frustrating when it does. And you're also not playing very well, potentially. Yeah. And you look at it and you go, all right, they got a 56, a 55, a 58, a 52, a bunch of 50 and 49s, and I have a 46 and a 44 in the key tanks. And then when I look at the deployment, I could tell right away in each deployment, I'm like, well, if we win, it's going to be crazy because I don't know how this wins, and it didn't. You know?
Yeah. I know exactly how that feels because I had a bad week last week. I basically had to go and sit on the EU. And to try and get myself to feel better because for some strange reason I was just about getting a 50% win rate in my EU account because the NA, it's like this morning. I went back on NA this morning just before coffee talk and I was in the T17, the light tank check. And I can't remember which map it was, but basically it's like a toilet bowl. You've got all the stuff down the bottom. You've got 2 sides.
Yeah.
And I deployed down into the bottom to start spotting for the loads of TDs that were in the team. And I looked back at my team and no word of a lie, every single tank, including the heavies, were on the ridge line looking over the bowl. None of them went to the heavy brawling point up the top left-hand corner.
Oh, El Haluf.
Yeah, El Haluf.
Yeah.
Nobody went up there. And then an ELC from their team got behind me without being seen, then spotted me, and I died. I was like, I'm not playing this game anymore. This is absolute poo. Absolute bloody poo. So when I went into the team makeup, you're right, 38%, 42%. Not saying that they're bad players. It's just that they're obviously not understanding where the game sits, you know? I'm in my ho-ho.
Well, they are bad players. I mean, they are objectively bad players if they have that bad of stats over any amount of time. That it doesn't make them a bad person. It doesn't mean they can't necessarily improve or be good. It doesn't mean that on an individual match they can actually do well and make good decisions. But
just stop being on my team.
Yeah, in general, they make terrible decisions and lose.
Yeah.
But yeah, here's the tanks. This is looking good. Look at this tomato.
Oh, crikey. I think you should go do Baldur's Gate or something, because you're no good at tanks, are you?
I am. I'm absolute rubbish at this game. And that is...
do a coffee talk on something else, not tanks.
That's a fact. Right now, I'm rubbish. That's
crikey.
True.
Crikey.
So, I went over to Steam and started looking around. And there's a new game out, a new Mech Warrior game out called Clans that I bought. So I've been playing that a little bit.
Okay.
Although
there's a lot of new games coming out, isn't it? There's a lot of.
There's so many games, man. I mean, you could play a new one every day and probably not run out for a couple years.
Yeah.
If you had that much money.
Yeah, that's the only other thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll this just to go back to. I'm going to see if this pace. Yeah, it does. So just goes back to the name. There you go. I posted it in chat and I posted it in Discord. So it was a poet called James Elroy Flecker who wrote it, and it was adopted by my regiment as an ethos.
Nice.
Coffee talk, a personal attack. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So you do have to be careful with that, because obviously the channel is built on helping people get better, to include myself, and being realistic about your skills. I mean, I'm top 10% player, maybe top 5% really of those who are actually playing. But it does get frustrating though, when you're when that's you start to feel like that's all you're seeing, even though objectively that's not true, because if I had a 10 game win streak, then I'd be going, oh, look at how good I am at this game.
Yeah. I get that. It's very much a perception, isn't it? Because I think last week I probably did have. I had some high damage games on the NA. I mean, 3,000-4,000 in mediums and heavies. For me that's quite high. I normally average out about 2,000. So, but I was on the losing side. Sometimes that's the way it is, and you're just so frustrated because you played well in that respect. You've got the damage, but for whatever reason, the other team either did a 15-1 rollover, or your own team just deployed off the edge of the map into the water or something, or whatever it might be. You know what I mean? So that's the frustrating part about it. And then you start to think, well, it's been a shit week all week. But actually, if you break it down, you've probably had quite some good games. You just didn't get the wins to go with it.
Not this week for me, though.
No, not this week.
No. Now, maybe if I'd have played a few more days, I probably would have brought that up a little bit. But it just got that this week. It just got so frustrating that I had to walk away, and I was able to walk away for 3 or 4 days.
I'm finding that more and more these days. Is I can go a whole week, and I'll go and play other games. I mean, I love my DayZ anyway, and I've got about 5 accounts running on the DayZ, so I have to keep those particular characters maintained. So it's always a juggle. So sometimes when tanks really, really pisses me off, I just go to DayZ and kill people.
Yeah.
This is a lot more fun.
That's kind of my Panzer General right now. I go to Panzer General and just nuke, enemies on a turn-based thing and just kind of chill out. So Abandi brings up a good point there, and that's actually a really great point. That's definitely true. And if you look at I'm 58% overall, so that's more or less where I live. So if I have a month in the 60s, high 60s, mid 60s to 60s, let's say I do 30 days, and that happens every now and again, sometimes even a little bit longer than that. But if you look at it realistically, like, all right, am I all of a sudden a 62% player? Like, is that the new expectation? Well, not really, because you're 58. So there's probably going to be a correction in there someplace. The reason I'm at 58 is because I don't consistently play 62, right?
No. Yeah, exactly.
So, but you look at that and you go, ooh, I'm a 62% player now.
Yeah.
And maybe you are actually improving, but based on what I've seen historically, that's probably not going to stay at 62. So it takes these big corrections to not takes these big corrections, but these big corrections happen to me and that brings the win rate down to, and I might even be more 55% now.
Yeah.
Be honest.
That's consistency and focus, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because we talked about this in the past about people plateau. So I'm a prime example of that. Before I joined the clan, and before you give me some rather good education on the game, I was working at a 48%. I could not get anywhere above that. And so with all those little changes, I'm now working at 52. But 52 is where I've been for the last year and a half.
Yeah.
Because to take that next step, even to get 0.5% is just a massive leap in focus, continuity, education and understanding of the game that I wasn't willing to invest that. And that's personally, I know I did not invest enough to make myself move any further higher. So am I happy? Yeah, I'm happy where I'm at. I'm not happy when I start dropping down though.
Well, that's the thing. You get really frustrated when you go, and it's just purely mental. I mean, the frustration is mental. Let's put it that way. The reality is that you will get crappy players on your team. You will have crappy teams. Even good players will make crappy decisions and throw games.
Yeah.
You will be a part of that. Sometimes you are a part of it. Sometimes you're not. Sometimes you're playing well. Sometimes all that will happen. But the mental focus piece is the not getting completely frustrated. I think the other part, though, is if you do look at that and you do find yourself getting frustrated, then it is good just to walk away.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Don't let it be a life-changing thing for you.
And you can blame the team.
Yeah.
Because it's their fault.
Absolutely their fault. It's not us playing badly. Kedge makes a good point also. To make incremental changes when you've got 100,000 battles, I've got nearly 40,000 battles. It's harder to get the changes because there's more games for that percentage, isn't it? So to make a percentage change, you have to do very well for a large number of games.
Well, it is, but if
that percentage point,
if we go back to the stats here and we look at my last 1,000 battles, I'm only running a 56.01. So that's why I said earlier I might be more of a 56% player now as a
Sure.
58. Honestly, one of the things that I do is because I do the challenge, I play a lot of not great tanks. So I don't think that's going to add 5%, but it may be 1% or 2% in the long run. It will be a
factor. It will be a factor, won't it?
So I'm just, this is below. Although I will at times be running in 1,000 battles much better. You can see it's trended downward, and this has been a problem. I have 213 battles at 52%. That's not great. In fact, 30 days. Yeah. If we look at the tanks in 30 days, what have I been playing? The Selma, which I'm not doing great in. The Blesk, I did okay. The Manticore actually is struggling, so I'm losing percentage in that. These little tier 6s I do pretty well in because it's tier 6. Although the Juno took a hit. So doing pretty well. I mean, as far as damage-wise, these are all decent. Not most purple. A good amount of purple, some blue, green or 2 in there as well. Yeah. So.
Brute's got the right attitude, I think. He said there, I play for fun and a personal challenge of doing well with what is presented. Sometimes I'm quite happy with what I have done despite a loss in the end. As for me, that's still a win. I get that attitude. Do you know, if I have a big damage game and we lose, it is frustrating, but then I've had a big damage. Like I was saying before, I have to go back and rethink things and go, hang on a minute, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was. If I go back to the replay and look at it and go, do you know what, I did my bit and I actually... I over-averaged on my damage, so I'm happy. Yeah. But I think the initial reaction is shit. We've lost, and I got 3,000 bloody damage there.
Yeah, for good to really good players, sometimes there is a huge frustration when you're watching the map and you see people not doing the best move to win. That doesn't mean that you're always right about that, but that frustration is hard to get rid of because you kind of have a good to great idea. Like where people should go and what they need to do in those positions. And when you have 5 or 6 games in a row where nobody seems to really be doing that, that can be a massive frustration for good players. You're like, well, shit, I can't do everything for everybody. But you got to get that out of your brain.
Yeah. Like Bruce says, you play to your own satisfaction to where you're at.
Yeah.
But that's difficult to do because it is a team game. In so much that it's a team of players. It doesn't mean that they're all together. So it is a team game. So you get frustrated when you think you know where other people should be and do, But actually, that's their decision. It's up to them.
Right.
To divorce yourself from that decision-making process is hard because you're looking at the mini-map going, what the effing hell are you doing?
Yeah.
So it's frustrating. You're building frustration through yourself. So,
and that's where you get the random team play that shows up on occasion is actually pretty good because I go like, oh, that actually worked out. So I'll be back and all that good stuff. But for now, took a little break this week to
have a chill out. Barbecue a dog or something.
Right. I did. Not going to barbecue though.
Apparently, they eat dogs and cats in America now, don't they? Sorry.
Maybe. You never know.
Nothing wrong with that.
I did stomp around in a mech though, which was kind of cool. Although any of you guys played that MechWarrior 5, either the Mercenaries or the new one, Clans? I don't know. It was cool. It's about the pace of World of Tanks ish. So it's real time.
Yeah,
you got a big mech and you got the HUD in front of you and all that stuff, and the torso will move and the legs walk and all that kind of stuff. But you're first person. You're in there. I don't know if you can look at it third person. Maybe you can. I don't know. I haven't done all the possibilities. I think it can be done in VR, which I may try.
Mech. I must write that one down as well.
Yeah.
I'll have a look at that.
But the maps are gorgeous and the graphics are cool, but it's hard to see this stuff, at least for me. Like, if a little tank or something comes out from around a rock or out in the trees and bushes and stuff, I'm like, something's shooting at me, and I don't know where. I can't see it.
I'll send you these.
So I'm torn with that kind of game, as I played the pen and paper one back in the day when I was a kid, with hex grids and rule sets and dice and all that stuff, and little miniatures and everything. Yeah. And I have a version of it that's a turn-based version that's really good. And this one's real time. I'm torn between whether I like the real time or the turn-based miniature type idea war game. They both have their appeal to me. I might even lean more towards the turn-based one.
See, that's because of your history with that particular type of game. Because I was thinking about this morning. Strangely enough, I was thinking about this morning. I had a little bit of DayZ going on this morning, and your character is interactive. So you go to open a door, you press a key, and it opens a door, right? And then you press again, it shuts it. I remember back when you had to actually I think it's a stage beyond the pen and paper stage. The games where there would be typing scenarios, and you had to select which one you were going to do. Are you going to talk? Which you have today.
Right.
Games. But back in the day, it was if you didn't get the right one, you couldn't progress. It was always you had to find the right. I seem to remember. What's the things that turn nasty when you put water on them? Can't remember now.
Gremlins.
The Gremlins. That's it. There was a Gremlins game out that was very much like that. And you didn't get any movements. You just got a picture of your character with the writing underneath. So I think it's very much on what I never used to do the pen and paper games, but I've done those. So, and a bit like Zelda or something like that on Game Boy. So I was thinking about this morning, that how they've actually progressed it to make it so immersive is amazing. I love technology like this. DayZ now, you've got a character that you've invested that much into it that it almost seems real at that point. And you're gutted when you die, or you're gutted when you're hungry, or whatever it is. You're so invested in it now; it's unreal, absolutely unreal. Yeah,
they've come a long way. I think I have the one you're talking about, the BattleTech. It's the turn-based one. I played the full out of that several years ago. Stickler. I even did a video or two about him. I think I did a couple Saturday videos.
Cliffy's got it.
Cliffy's got it. Yep.
You wake up in the forest. There's a cabin to the west. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, there are a lot of controls. I still haven't dug into it too deeply for the Clans controls, but I've basically just gone with the basic stuff. I did the intro thing where it kind of onboards you and you learn how to do it, the basic stuff. So I haven't done my first mission yet. I'm in the ship ready to go, so we'll see how that goes.
Cool.
Do the career mode.
You get all advice now. You get loads of advice.
Yeah.
People play. I've never heard of it because see, that's the other thing you guys have got. somewhat of an advantage, really, over the rest of the world is that America led the way with these computer gaming. I think very much so.
Oh yeah.
And so you guys grew up with it. I mean, I grew up with sticks and stones to play with. you guys grew up with computers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Computer
sticks and stones.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing that's super annoying about clans, mercenaries, or MechWarrior clans, and I don't know how it got through playtests like this. I looked it up, and it's a known issue that a lot of people are seeing. So I think it was originally a console game.
Oh, right, okay.
And I'm not sure whether it was designed PC or console, but there's some kind of bug. There's something going on with the mouse. Like when you try to click on things in the menus, it's goofed up. It won't always click it. Sometimes it'll highlight it. Sometimes it'll click it. Sometimes it's just nothing happens. And the assumption is that it might be because it was made for controllers.
Console.
But
yeah,
even
console.
So, how does it ship? How does a title that big ship with a mouse clicking issue? Like that's the most.
You've got to say, haven't you?
That is the most basic control system.
Yeah. You're not talking the steering wheel gears or thrusters or anything. You're talking a click of a mouse, aren't you?
How does a mouse clicking bug make it that far to where it's actually, and it's on all the menus. It's not like one little thing, or it's weird. I can't use.
You got to wonder how much testing's been done with it. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
I can't use the cool command circle thing that you bring up, and that all the controllers use. It's the circle, and you decide which thing you're gonna do. And I got this idea. I got this vision in my head that the playtester for the PC was using a controller.
I was just about to say that. Can you slave an Xbox controller to a PC? Can you?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you can.
See, you learn something new every day.
Yeah, they have USB. They have USB controllers, and you can do it that way if you want. But I'm just sitting there going, I don't know if that's what happened, but I'm like, that would be hilarious. Their PC guy was using a controller and never really saw. But of course, would it be one guy with a title that big? I don't know.
No, I don't know what you'd have to say. There'd be a whole bunch of testers doing that. Surely.
It was frustrating as hell. I was just trying to exit the game, and I couldn't even click on it. Finally, got out, went right to the interwebs, the www highway, and there it is. Everyone's like, "This is ridiculous. I can't even click on stuff." I'm like, what are you? Come on.
I'm getting slagged here. I'm getting absolutely slated. Yeah, you've always been able to use USB controls on PCs, but anyway, this new thing called Bluetooth. Okay, I get it. I've just never heard of it. I was just like, I would love, because I was so adept at World of Tanks on the Xbox with the controller. My thumbs had muscle memory and everything.
Yeah.
When I swapped over to PC because my Xbox died, it took forever to figure it all out with the WASD and the. You know what I mean? It would be so great just to come across with the Xbox controller and just do it. But I didn't know you could do that. There you go. You see, I'm a peasant.
I hate controllers.
Well,
terrible things.
I do now. Yeah, I do now. I too many buttons exactly.
Of course, I have the HOTAS, which has 42,000 buttons on it, and I'm all about that. In fact, I'm pretty sure I can use my WinWing stuff for MechWarrior, so I might try that.
Try that, yeah.
Yeah, that might be interesting. Because
I mean, you had a lot of buttons in the cockpit of your F-15, didn't you? You had to keep pressing.
Oh yeah.
Keep it flying.
I got to be careful though. Sometimes when I play a bunch of DCS, because it's not quite the same stuff for when I go to work and do it. Sometimes I press the wrong button. I'm like, oh wait a minute, that's my DCS. Yeah. That's my DCS eagle, not my real eagle.
Fantastic.
All right, let's see. So, not a whole bunch going on channel-wise. In fact, I don't think I'm going to get another stream in this week because Thursday I'm going to go to Wild Leap Brewery for a boys' weekend. We're going to go out to the brewery, hang out, have some good dinner for a couple days, drink some beer, and then come back on Saturday. So we will have coffee talk. At least I will be here for coffee talk.
Yeah, I'll be here. I'll be here next weekend. There's a vacation the week after, but I'll still be here the Sunday. It's Monday to Friday vacation next week. Not next week, the week after next. But yeah, here for Sunday. Yeah.
Still playing some Panzer Corps. Still, obviously, I'll probably do a video on clan or mech warrior clans here as soon as I get a little more experience with it. But that's pretty much it. Other than we're about to pull the trigger on the big remodel.
Yes. So you've costed it. You've got people in place.
Oh, I costed it. All right.
You've got the plans done.
It's going to cost me for sure.
Yeah, it is. Isn't it? You were saying it's almost a second mortgage in it. Oh crikey, mate! I really don't envy you going and having to think about having it done before Christmas. I'm like,
I don't.
You are pushing it. I don't think it's going to happen. Yeah.
Right. You know, it's one of those things. They're like, sure, yeah, well, and then you know, here it comes, and there's nothing you do. So that's my expectation is that that's what's going to happen. I dug out about 30 to 40 feet of azaleas out of the yard today and yesterday, because I need another space for another shed. I got to put a bigger shed back there because I don't have a garage or anything. So.
Are you gonna get a shed? Are you gonna get a cabin type shed?
Cabin type. I mean, it's gonna be big. Yeah, it's gonna be. It's 8 by 16. It's big.
Okay, big.
Yeah.
Big then. Yeah. Not like my little thing that I've got, which I wish was.
Yeah.
In my last place, I had a cabin, so and it had a little porchway and everything. It was like my own house. I used to live in there. I can't live in that thing. You've seen my.
Yeah, it's too small.
Once I get the bike in it, that's it. There's nothing else in there.
Yeah. Well, I want to take all the stuff I don't want to get rained on because I still have holes in the roof of my old one because of the hurricane. Put all that stuff in there, and then I can use the old one as a shop once I build. I need some space.
Yeah. So, that'd be cool.
Yeah, and then
that'd be cool. That'd be a. Do you bitumen the top, or have you got slate, or what's on the top of your shed?
They're steel roof.
Oh, are they? Okay.
Yeah, most of them. Yeah, you can get the. I don't know what shingled kind. Yeah, you can get the shingled kind, but I think the one I'll get is going to have a steel roof on it.
Cool.
Oh, yeah, I need some
Steel
Dexter.
Roof is noisy though, buddy, when it rains.
I'm going to cut a hole through the middle of it, Kedge, down so I drop down into the ground.
You get wet.
Used to have power run to it, but somewhere along the way, I think we removed the power from it to do my other edition I did 15 years ago.
See, this is a project that I failed this year on, power to the shed, because I was gonna, you know, we've got outside sockets where we sat and had the fish and chips on the wall. There's the outside sockets. I was going to run a 3-core cable around the fence line and then into the back of the shed, because I can put the battery on trickle charge from there. You know what I mean? And so I had it all costed and everything else, and then for some reason I've now approaching winter and it's not been done. And I'm like, oh bugger. So now I'll have to do what I did last year, was just drape the cable over the top of various things to get to the shed, so it's not on the ground.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just projects that just don't get done.
Kick that down the curb. Kick that down the road, I mean.
Yeah, he's like, couldn't be bothered.
Yeah, that whole shrubbery event needed to happen about 3 months ago, and I've been delaying it because of the heat.
Has it died off? Is it dead, or was it?
I had to cut it all down, man. I had people who live in Florida or the South will understand this, but I had 3 of those bloody sago palms I had to dig out. Ugh.
Oh, you sent me pictures of stuff like that. I've seen the mess they make.
And I only cut the azaleas down to the ground. I really need to pull them out because they'll grow back pretty easily.
Oh, well, yeah. Of course they will.
So I probably have about 5 or 6 decent-sized stumps that I need to dig out. So that's the next event. And then I need to level it off because I got to get the concrete footers to set down to put the shed on because I don't want it sitting on the ground.
No. It's got to be on concrete.
Yeah.
Solar charger. Yes, Cliffy. Solar charger. Mm-hmm.
Well, let's talk about missions and specials, shall we? Let's get some...
Have you got a new battery in yours yet? No.
Nope. Wow, yours is so fast.
Well, you're just draining... You're getting the last... You're like Elon Musk. You're getting the last 1% out of your battery. Okay.
All right. What are we doing?
Well, missions.
Oh, yeah.
Well...
what do we have, fellas? We've got not a whole lot. Unless you want to buy Judgment Day, which I didn't realize was back, but it is. So the 832 is available, $37, pretty good tank.
Yeah.
other doodads. You can get the whole shebang for $87.22. There's a couple characters available. Yada yada. The other thing is obviously Babylon Project, which I haven't touched. Anybody done Babylon Project?
Once yesterday. We were talking about it. That's it. What about everybody else?
You were calling it Mirny.
Well, it is, isn't it? It is really.
Isn't it though? It's like.
It's just the same.
Isn't it weird that they're both kind of. I don't know. It's this science fiction-y thing.
It's collecting purpley stuff to get yourself grinded towards a tank. That's what it is.
Are they connected? Stuff. Is the story connected?
There is a mention of Mirror-y in it. Let me get it up. Let me just see.
Is there?
The Babylon Project. There is a mention of... Yeah. It might not be that dodgy geezer with all the rest of it.
The Mirny story was ended, Kedge, and then it was started.
See, it says Babylon Project, decrypting the records. Here we go. Blah, 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 blah. See, you got those little fuse valves that you collect, like decryption keys. And then it does say somewhere, I'm not being senile, it says, collect this, it is... More different rewards. Beat the Babylon. Yeah, there you go. Fight for Miriam. Sounds like Mirny to me.
Yeah.
So
it's weird. It's whatever. You can buy the package for $56, and I looked at that and went 700 keys. Surely that's enough to unlock it. But I guess that's what, one? You can unlock one and a half.
I think that gets you through from the one stage to the next.
And maybe do the stages get? Are there more keys for the higher stages? I don't know because I haven't done it. But you get 700 keys, whatever that ends up getting you. You get automatic rentals for some of the other tanks. How many keys for how many keys for the Nurgle? Anyone know? 7,000? Don't know. So that's going on, fellers. And I apologize, I don't have... Need around 500 to complete the event without skipping stages. So, does that mean I can spend $56 and get the Nurgle?
That's a good point, actually. I'm not sure on that. Let me just try it. I'm not going to buy it. Let's see if I can. Event items and supplies. This is what we're after, isn't it?
Because I went over to here and checked out the Babylon Project. Oh, you didn't do the math? Okay. Skipping stages is around another 1,000 or so keys. Oh. So I don't know what that means, skipping stages. We had a slow shower, drain leak. Oh, shower. Mold remediation leads to all new bathroom. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Doug. So that's a concern because we are redoing the oldest bathroom in the house that's never been redone. I'm a little bit concerned about what we're going to find when we open it up, but that'll be a problem for when we do it.
Oh, are you worried about asbestos and stuff?
Oh, no, I got that. That's in here. I'm worried about what the old bathroom looks like underneath and how much... if there's going to be any joist replacement or mold or remediation for mold or water damage or blah blah blah. I don't know.
Yeah. That's so. It could well end up being. I hate to be depressing for you. It could be a little bit more expensive than you anticipate. Then.
Oh, it's already more expensive. My wife has already doubled.
$10, is it?
My wife has already doubled the cabinet estimate based on all the things she wanted.
See, now, there is a trick to this, Guido. There is a trick. And it was explained to me by a carpenter many, many years ago. He said, you can buy the best quality oak wooded cabinets for your kitchen. And you could spend $20,000 doing it. He said, or you can buy the best quality chipboard that looks as good as, but then all you need to do is buy some fairly inexpensive accessories to strengthen up those chipboard boxes. Basically, they're just boxes, aren't they, made of chipboard? So he said, go out and get some real decent hinges, get some extra fasteners and things like that, so you can create quite a solid box that's going to go in.
It's not necessarily it is going to be press board, chipboard, I think. Certainly not going to be hardwood. The cost for us is going to be we want decent counters, and the little island we're building, she wants butcher block on it.
Oh, they cost an arm and a leg, buddy.
Right.
They do.
Right. Hence the twice the estimate situation.
Okay, so that's where we're at. Bless you.
Yep.
Anyway, back to tanks, which doesn't cost anything.
D. Cardi, the house was built in 1947, so which is very old for the U.S.
And it's it's not all wood, is it? You've got brick base, haven't you?
Yeah, it's a true brick house. It's not brick facade.
Brick
it's it's 3 bricks thick on the outside walls. That, which is why it shrugged off the hurricane. Other than the roof damage, the rest of it's like whatever, don't care. So we'll see how it goes. All right, fellers, we got whatever this is, Murney's going on.
Murney.
Judgment Day.
If you're into that mode, you're going to get the tank at the end of it. That's a good thing, isn't it? But at the end of the day, personally, for me to sit down and do it, the tank at the end of it isn't a big enough incentive for me, to be honest.
Yeah, D. Cardi, that's about right. That's about what ours is going to be.
God, it's mad money.
But that's just one. That's just the bathroom, not the rest of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be expensive.
You give me half of the money, I'll come over and do it for free, mate. You know what I mean?
Honestly, I could do the demo. There's a lot of it I could do. I just don't want to.
Yeah, it's just graft for no graft, isn't it?
Yeah. And it'll be done faster than it'll take me a year and a half to do all that stuff.
If you're lucky.
Yeah. That is a lot of grinding for the tank, fellas. I mean, I don't know, man.
Yeah. No.
Again, if you enjoy the mode, then it's not necessarily a grind. But I'd rather be able to get cool stuff in just playing the game.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is why I like Battle Pass, because it is exactly that. Just hits in the background. You don't even have to think about it.
Then I'm here for World of Tanks, the game, not World of Myrney.
No. I don't think it does, son. I don't think the Marshall bundle gets you anywhere near the tank. I think you'd be paying 3 times that, really.
Yeah.
You've got to get through some of the levels first. Yeah.
See, I did our master bath. Well, I was my own contractor. I did pay a plumber because I didn't want to jack that up. So, but I did the demo, tore it all out. It was this heinous 1980s. I don't know if you remember the blocks of glass that were really thick.
Seriously?
Yeah, and you could put them on top of it, and then that was the window of the shower was like this weird little cave, but it had blocks of glass on one side.
Proper 1947, wasn't it?
And it was tiled, which it was 25-year-old tile by that time, maybe closer to 30-year-old tile, and it had cracked, and it was there was damage there. So I tore that whole shower out, tore out all the stuff around the tub, tore out all the tile. I pulled the countertop off the vanities because that was all jacked up.
Yeah.
So I paid for the plumber to come in and redo my shower. So he built the shower, but I did all the tiling afterwards.
Right. It's hard work, isn't it? Especially if it's not your if it's not your job, if it's not your career. Doing that sort of stuff, it always feels a little bit like handyman, doesn't it? It always feels a little bit like odd job.
Makes my knees hurt just thinking about the tiling.
Do you know what? You never thought about getting a freestanding tub instead of having it enclosed in? Have a freestanding.
That's what the wife wants, actually, but
they're cool.
That's a new tear out though, and then the problem is matching the tile. That might require a whole new floor tile job. So that's kind of why I'm balking on that one.
Yeah. I stayed at a hotel once. Well, not just me, but House General and I stayed at a hotel, quite nice, in the local area. I think it was some wedding anniversary or something. I can't remember. And it had a proper ensuite bathroom, but at the end of the bed was a great big copper freestanding bath.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's just, why do you have a bath in your bedroom? You know, you got the ensuite anyway. But
that's a buck a bow wow thing. It's a buck bow wow.
Yeah, that was quite
you weren't paying by the hour, were you?
Do you know what? Probably yes. Can I tell you about my first wedding night? Shall I tell you about that?
Oh boy, this could get dangerous. I don't know. Do we want to hear this?
No, I'll tell you a little story about
that. All right, tell us the story.
When we got married in Liverpool, and the first night was in a place called Gattaca Hall Hotel, which is around the corner from where our parents live. And it was the first night because on the following night or the following day we were travelling to Spain for a honeymoon. Back in the day when Spain wasn't Lagerlout territory, it was actually a nice place to go. So, well, it's still a nice place to go, but not now. Anyway, long story cut short. So the first night we were in this Gattaca Hall Hotel, very posh, very, I say, all that sort of good stuff. And we had the honeymoon suite, and we had champagne and truffles and things in the room when we got there, and it was all very romantic. So, we sort of get ourselves sorted out and everything, unpack the case and so on and so on. And back in those days, it was quite unusual to have a TV in your bedroom. I was like, oh, we got a TV in the bedroom. And I remembered that Liverpool were playing that night, football, soccer. So I popped it on while Madam went to freshen up in the ensuite. Well, I'm sat there watching telly, watching the football. Hey, come on, Liverpool, and all this lot. She comes out all in her finery, all Jamor and all that sort of stuff. And I look over, I go, yeah, hang on a minute, just watching the football. So she's like, what? I said, I'm just watching the football. She just climbed into the bed and went to sleep and never spoke to me for 2 days of our honeymoon because I was like, yeah, whatever. I'm watching the football. First night. I
believe we've just heard Pilgrim's relationship origin story.
Yes.
That's the origin story for why. You can trace the fact that he doesn't have a mustache back to that night.
That was like the last time I ever made a decision in my married life.
Everything past that makes complete sense to me now. Hey, we've been at it for an hour. I am out of coffee. I don't know about you, but I'm gonna go freshen up the coffee. 5-minute break. We're gonna marinate on Pilgrim's mistake for a little bit here. We'll be right back.
A mysterious chap who spoke in a tongue with strange dialect. He offered his help to the mighty Guido to bring some laughter to his love of speedos, to the coffee talk they both came, to bring the message of winning ways to all and sundry and the masses. Yes, that's right, lads and lasses. The damage counts and flexing back will keep you on the right track. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. So in what, if you want to progress, then seek out Guido nonetheless. With his sidekick Pilgrim, he has a message. That to win you must be aggressive. The position and place that you must seek. For the winners only, not the weak. The guru speaks, so listen well. His voice rings out like the Liberty Bell. To bring you all to Unicom land. Or to die hard trying in the sand. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. To the swamplands came the mountain man. Teach his wisdom and pay his due. A man with a name only known to a few. To his followers his words are true. Guido is the man, big and gruff. He used to fly jets, but now he does the tanking stuff. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. The mountains are home where he watches the moose and hummingbirds aplenty. But he saw the need for the Watt community to have a guru and lead them gently. Down the road to Unicom land will die, trying hard in the sand. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. So we broadcast his message far and wide, using YouTube, Twitch, and various means, to lead you to the promised land of WR, win 8 and damage counts, that a mortal man is only stuff of dreams. Win your flank and then go back, was his mantra for the pack, to which they shouted, yes, bossman, that we will. Win our flank and then flex back. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido.
All right, we are back. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, your mistakes.
I thought we'd moved on from that, but anyway.
We can move on from that. We are continuing on with shilling. We haven't finished shilling yet. We're pretty close though, because there's not a whole lot to say. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Where the hell is it? All right, there we go. Excuse me, a little verklempt this morning. We've got Tiger Mouse for sale for $56.77. Not a bad heavy. It's okay. It's actually doing pretty well in the stats. The 5.1 and the Mivy. The Mivy's one of the worst premium tier 8s.
And yeah, when it first came out, everybody was up for it, weren't they? Because of this new mechanic with it. So
I don't know. It's not particularly good, at least in win rate. I mean, it's not horrible, but it's not great. And neither is the 5.1. I liked it decently, but it doesn't have a huge good win rate. Wonder why on one account I still get free gift, but not anymore on the main account. You know what? I haven't looked at that in a long time. Is it still
I
there?
haven't, no. That's a good point, actually.
Sort of forgot about that, actually. I'm just going to go run over here and see maybe real quick if I'm getting it. Yep, I still have it. That is weird that you have a whole account that it doesn't show up anymore. That doesn't make any sense. I got a training guide, a training booklet. No, I got an additional experience PR. Never mind. Oh, premium players. Maybe is that it? Not working? Is it? Do you have one premium account and one not? You don't get it, and you don't have premium.
Oh, I've got premium. Yeah.
Oh.
Where? Oh, hang on. It's in the store, not the depot, isn't it?
It's in the store. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's not showing up for me.
Strange.
So, yeah, I've got discounts. I'm in the right slot, aren't I? The little.
It's on best, all the way at the bottom right.
Yeah.
All the way down the bottom. Really?
It's not there, mate. I've got top of the tree bundles, 2,050 gold. Discounts. It's not there.
Huh.
That's weird.
Is it though? It's wargaming. It's not that weird.
Well, it's not weird. No. It's just the way it is.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me that much. For people to go, oh, I don't get that anymore. Why don't you? Nobody knows.
It's just you don't get it. I'm checking. I'm clicking through everything else just in case it's anywhere else, but it's not. Bond tanks. They haven't got any new bond tanks, have they? That's a thing that's
not for a while.
Annoying.
Not for a while. Yeah.
Not for a while.
I don't think there's anything else. Even under vehicles, there's really not. There's just those 3 for sale, but they have a couple obviously events going on. You have styles there as well. So that's that. If we run over to here, there's nothing going on in missions. Obviously, this event's over, so that's gone. Yeah, we don't have anything here. We have the Ho-Ri and we have the Panzer 7 are top of the tree, and that's it. So the big event obviously is the Mirny, also Babylon, also Waffentrager something event. No, it's not Waffentrager. Are those rentals still around?
Yeah.
How long are they?
Hang on. That's a good point, actually. I just need to go
No, I don't think so. I think that's over.
No, that's gone.
Yeah. I didn't play it. Oh well.
I thought it was the 1st of November. No, it's not the 1st of November. That's the other thing, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep, that's that, fellas. As far as shilling, not much to say. Not much to say. So we're on to subjects du jour. Let's check this out. If we go over to Kofei's shop, what do we got? So this looks to be potentially some of the Christmas tanks. There's actually a leak on 2 of them. We'll get to that in a second. But we've got the FV226, which I think you posted on Discord. I think that's that thing.
Yes.
We've got what else we got? So these were all finished for release with 1261. In fact, I guess they're probably in the files now, fellas. Is that right? If I go to compare and I look for an FV226, what would that be? Tier 8, UK. Is it in the files? Is it a heavy tank? 226. No, I don't see it. I see the Crusher and the Nurgle. So the Crusher's in there. Is it? No, that's a Contradictus. 226. Contradictus. I don't see that. Huh.
It's odd, isn't it?
Yeah. But I see the Nurgle and the Crusher. So this is the Crusher. That's the not Nurgle version of it. What are these other things here? We've got the ST62. Let's see if that's in there. USSR.
Well, yeah. Also, the term is in there, isn't it? Tier 8.
So they may be ready, but they're not in the files right now as far as being able to look at them. So the Crusher is, but this is not. The ST version 2 ST62 version 2, which is a tier 10. Oh, it's a medium tank. Never mind. I bet it is there. Hold on. There it is. All right, so the ST62 version 2 is in the files. That's there. What else? We know that one is. And then this is the tier 9 Felice. And that's Italian.
Yeah.
That other one must be there. I must have not picked the right thing because the Felice is there. What is this other one? It's the
Turm. Turm.
FV226 Contradictus. That's the double barrel thing. And it says tier 8 heavy tank. Yeah, it's not in there for some reason.
Okay.
Heavies, unless I just had it wrong. Let's look at it one more time. UK. Crusher, Nurgle, Caliban, Caernarvon, Charlemagne. Yeah, it's not there. Well, 3 of them are there. Very interesting. So I think... I don't know when this is going to be released. Just the standard version. The Crusher. So that might be a box tank. I think this is probably a box tank, the Felice. This is the new clan reward thing. The ST version 2, ST62 version 2 is the new clan version that was just advertised.
Right.
And I think this double barrel is one of the boxes. In fact, I know it is because it's in the leak. Okay, Babylon Project we know about. RU continues to work on maps. They're working on Empire's Border. Wonder what they're going to do.
Yeah, I was going to think, would it be nice to know what they're going to do with it?
So it looks like they're messing around with the plateau, making it a little more dynamic. They are, same thing on the other side of the plateau. What do we got here? What am I looking at? Before or after? Oh, okay, that's the plateau again. All right, that's looking at from another direction. This TD corner is being changed a little bit. I don't see any difference in these two pictures. Are they the same picture? What are we looking at here? Maybe it's the view, I think it's the view of what's going on above here. Oh, that's the corner. So that's getting significantly reworked, actually. This is looking from the other direction. And the other direction. Doesn't look significantly different because all the changes around the corner there. This is pushing into the cap. Well, that's not much of a change. I don't even know what's changed. An intermediate cover has appeared.
Can't see it. Oh, hang on. No?
No idea. It's hard to see. I mean, there's something there, but I'm not really sure what we're looking at. This spot's changed. There's an extra rock right there. Oh, nice. There's some more cover on this because this side is very open. The other side has multiple rocks to hide behind. This side has almost nothing for this position, so they've added some rocks here. All right. RU, guys, doesn't help us.
No.
Doesn't help us.
It's interesting to see.
Steeps has a morning atmosphere. That's RU again. Himmelsdorf's getting lighting. RU. There's some big French TD autoloader monstrosity. Tier 10 on RU. And this, I think this is the one you actually posted. It wasn't British, was it? It was a tier 8 German. Yeah. I think this is a half turret, it looks like.
I thought it was a TD at first.
Is it? It is a TD.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I got lost.
Yeah, so it's 40-degree traverse. It's one of those half turret dudes. Kind of looks like a giant German Excalibur.
Yes.
Really thick front armor at 220 for the whole, although it's flat. And turrets at 250. So decent armor, just no angling to help it out. 400 alpha.
I think it's got 10 degrees depression.
Yep, 10 degrees gun depression.
Yeah.
It's got 40 each side for the half turret. 1100 on the AP
Side armor's
shell.
very weak on it. Yeah.
I like how they said, oh, the side armor is really weak. Yeah, the side armor on nearly everything's weak, man.
Yeah.
It's got a heat shell for its premium. That's going to be 300 pen. 0.36 is decent dispersion. How fast is it? 35, not very fast. And that's about it. Not much else to say. Poor view range at 360. Oh! Panzer children are coming back.
No, they really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can't wait for that.
This seems...
just on the RU?
No. This seems to be... I know we talked about last week, there's a tier 7 medium Centurion, like a stock Centurion at tier 7. I think that's the one they're using because that's one of the ones that's in the show.
Right.
So they've kind of... they're speculating that based on what the model looks like that it might be the... Because that's how they did in the past. They just sort of made these tanks and then they threw the girls and Panzer stuff on it.
Yeah.
So Panzer children are coming back. The RU is getting a new hangar. This looks old school, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
No, I quite like that.
So they're working on the hangar stuff. We don't really have a hangar. We have an outdoor area.
We have a forest area.
Yeah. They did a Waffentrager thing on RU. The challenge.
Yeah.
Some other BS here. Let's get to these leaks. Hidden vehicles, blah, blah, blah. That's WAP maneuvers. That's the one where that ST62 version 2 is going to be available. Where are the... Yeah, there's that thing. Come on, where is it? Did this happen, the Tech Tree trade-in?
I didn't see it.
Is that available now? I don't know what happened with that. It said it was 1261, but it's not. It doesn't show on the article.
No, it doesn't show it. No.
So I don't know if they didn't do it or what.
I tell you what is back out. Did you cover it? The T832's back out.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, you did. Didn't
Yeah,
you?
we talked about it. Yeah, you can buy it. The local weather mission is coming, and that's November 4th. So a couple weeks from now, they're going to do that local weather thing as part of a recon mission. So you get to be able to see what sandstorms and fog and all that rain and whatever are going to do.
That is gonna really impact on low end computers. That isn't it with the graphics, rain and stuff like that. It's just huge graphic package.
Fix the issue of minefield boundaries displayed on the minimap not matching actual minefield boundaries in the Operation Overlord story. Is that story still available?
I thought they were changing Overlord, that the beach was going to be tiny.
No, this is the story thing. Remember that was an event? Can you still do it?
It was an event, wasn't it? Yeah, it was an event, yeah.
Wait a minute. Are there more there now? So have they snuck in new ones?
That's a good question.
Check this out, guys. Did I miss something here? So I went random, go down to stories. So here's Steel Avalanche. I remember doing that one. Operation Trapper. I remember that. Look at this. Oh, here's Overlord, which I've did some of.
Yeah.
But I haven't done the complete in X amount of time or whatever. I don't remember seeing anything about Operation Hammer and Anvil or Operation Cat in the Mousetrap. Did they just sneak these in?
Yeah.
Have you guys seen this? Anybody done these?
No, I mean...
I didn't realize they were there. I remember these two being there. And then they had the Overlord thing as an event, but where'd these other two come from? That's a Sherman. Huh, I'll have to do these and see what's going on.
Yeah, that'd be interesting, actually.
I don't know where
I've actually got one of them has started. I don't remember ever starting them. Yeah.
Well, Steel Avalanche and the two and Operation Trapper, these were part of the D-Day event. I believe the Overlord thing was part of the D-Day event.
It's all the one thing. So you've got.
But 3 and 4, I don't know where they came from. I haven't heard a single thing about them.
No, yeah.
What?
Isn't that weird?
I did the second one, but it shows unplayed. Mine shows. Mine shows
exactly
done.
The same as you. Yeah. I've got Operation Trapper done.
Yeah.
But the first mission not done.
The first one's not done.
I don't know how that works. I'm going to get the second mission done and not done first.
So did I, Bruins. So did I. I thought I didn't even know it was still. I mean, I knew these stories would be here. I thought they were going to remove the Overlord one. I do remember talking about them. Is this now going to be part of this thing? But now they've got a 3 and a 4 sandwiched in them. Anyway, give it a try, fellas. Strange. Didn't even know that was there. Disconnecting server while viewing a crew member's profile. Fixed issue rental period ended. Concealment bonus. Blah, blah, blah. Known issues. All right. So they fixed some bugs, essentially. World of Warships is going to have Star Trek collaboration. Here's the ST-62 version 2. All right. So the two tanks, fellas, that we know of right now for Holiday Ops 2025 are the VZ-68 Squall, which is the premium Czech light tank at Tier 8. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know if we've even seen that yet. And the Contradictus, which is that Tier 8 that doesn't happen to be in the files right now, from what I can tell anyway.
Right.
So that's the double barrel heavy tank. Choice of firing mode.
Okay.
This is a tank for the future branch in 2025. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, you guys aren't even seeing what I'm doing because I'm a Muppet. Sorry, fellas. Doing that whole thing without having this bloody thing showing you. Sorry about that. Sorry, fellas. But this is what it looks like. So the Squall but 3, 4, and 5, I guess they're doing the slow leak. Yes, that's correct, Jimmy. That's wasn't that a guy on History of the World?
No, that was a Monty Python sketch.
Was it?
Yeah, when Caesar was stood there and one of the guards was sniggering behind his back because his mate was called Bigger Stickers.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Life of Brian, yeah.
Life of Brian, yeah.
Parental controls, and I think this is where we left out. Yeah, this is. So that's the leak that we know so far, guys. The starting date. Oh, I didn't catch that. The starting date is December 6th. Looks like. December 6th.
Ooh. How many days to Christmas? 66?
Not many. How many days to December 6th?
Yeah.
Even less.
When did we start getting the boxes?
There you go. Now, let's take a look. So we do have some of the tanks. We'll just take a look at the two new ones. I think we should be good on... Yeah, okay, good. So we have a Tier 10 heavy tank, or medium. They're both mediums. Okay. ST-62 version 2 is a medium tank, it looks like, yeah?
Yeah.
We've got 260 pen, 320 average damage. Kind of low. Oh, it's an autoloader. 4-3.
Of course it is.
Shell or container quantity. All right, so 3 shells. It's a reverse auto loader.
Yeah.
So it's faster for the first shell, 7.7.
Right.
Comes out with a 2500 DPM, 0.35 dispersion. -6 gun depression. Lots of armor on the turret at 290. 100 on the hull, well angled. How fast is it? It is doing 50 and 20 backwards.
Well, that's not too bad actually, but fairly standard for a medium in it. So
the Felice is a tier 9 medium, but it is not an autoloader, guys. It's a 480 alpha tier 9 medium with a 14-second reload.
That's got to be in the loot boxes, surely.
-8 gun depression, only 2,000 DPM. This thing doesn't seem to have a whole lot going for it. It's got a 290 alpha, 290 turret and 110 on the hull, and it's fast, decently fast at 60, so that's okay.
Yeah.
No, never mind. Sorry, that's not 60. That's weight load limit. It's not fast. It's 45. It's a slow. This is a terrible medium. What on earth?
On paper.
Yeah. I don't see much going for it though. A 15-second reload for a 480 alpha. But it's tier 9, fellas. It's got 256 pen, which is decent. 0.4 dispersion, which is not good. Low DPM. Okay turret. Slow at 45 for a medium.
Is it what nation is it? It's not
it's Italian. 380 view range. This is just not a good medium from what I can tell.
Horrible, isn't it?
Yeah. At least stats wise it's not great. What's his gun depression's only -8? Holy cow.
It's nothing going for it at all, is there?
I mean, it kind of hits hard-ish, but that's maybe it. I don't even know what to say with that.
People use that as a sniper. It'll be a TD. Well, even with 0.4 dispersion, possibly not even a TD.
I don't know. It may be competing with Patton the Tank for poo.
It could do. It could do, couldn't it?
Although, to Felice's credit, its tumor is not nearly as largy. Not nearly as bad a tumor, but there is one. There is a significant hatch right there. 4 crew members. Commander, gunner, driver, loader. Which one has... Why does it not show which one has the additional duty radio operator? Why would that not be on the graphic?
Oh, because it's wargaming.
That's just dumb. Make you search for it. What's the crew on the ST? Yeah, 290 turret's okay. That seems to be it. It's 480 alpha and a decent turret seems to be its calling cards. This is a strange little thing. Very compact little tank. And its commander is its radio operator as well, so it's got a 4 crew. Even though it's an auto reloader, loader reloader, somehow it's got a loader still. What? You know why they did that? So they could preserve the good skills for the loader, because they certainly wouldn't want to gimp. They wouldn't want to gimp a Russian tank with a 3 crew, would they?
No, not at all.
Yeah. They wouldn't want to do that. And this little tiny tank, there's 4 guys stuffed in this thing. That makes sense. Bloody heck. Yeah, the IS-3A has 3 crew, right?
Yeah, that's a fair one, Mac. Because the IS-3 has a 3 crew, if I'm right. Let me just double check that.
I think it does.
Yeah.
But now that we have the new crew skills, we're going to play these games, and all of a sudden the Russian new tanks are going to have 4 crew members, so you don't gank them on the skilled stuff. So a little bit of angling on the turret does okay, but we've got this nice 180 tumor. Relatively nice big thick mantlet. Lower plate gets about 187 or so with angling, depending on the angle you put on it. Yeah, I don't know, man. That doesn't look like a medium tank to me.
Wow.
But there you go. They say it is. They say it is. No Russian bias, not working. Absolutely not. There's none of that.
Well, why would there be?
Oh, here's the Squall. I just found it. Hold on, let's take a look here. I don't know if I've seen this thing. Where's this going to take me? Oh, okay. Detailed stats and historical reference for the Squall. Autocannons, yep. Got it. Full magazine in 20 seconds. 100 shells. So what's the Blesk? Actually, can I... Is it in the...
I was going to say, can you put it in the comparison?
Maybe. Let's find out if it is in there or not. I don't know. Check. Light tanks. No. But I'll just put it... Yeah, I'll put the Blesk in there and we'll see what we got here. Got to get rid of all the skills and stuff, though. The Blesk has 200 or 300 shells or some crap. Okay, so
I'm starting to not like those type of tanks in the game. The more I come across them, the more I'm not liking them.
So it's got about the same reload. They're both at about 19 seconds. This one has 100. The Blesk has a lot more, as I recall. Where is that thing? It's 150, right? $140.
140, is it?
Yeah, 140. So this one must do more damage. Theoretically. Where's the damage? AP shells. Damage 8. Yep, slightly more damage. So the Blesk does 6. This does 8. Their premium round does 5. The Blesk does 4. So this one hits harder a little bit. So less shells, a little bit more damage. HE is 14 and the Blesk is 12. All right, that makes sense. But it has less. Where's its DPM? Which is hard to sort of wrap your mind around when you're talking about these things. DPM is 2108 to the Blesks. This is with the AP round, and the Blesk has 2100, although I don't think it shows all the rest of them here. Such a pain trying to figure out how to get all this information. Anyway, I'm not going to worry about that. That's too much math and it's not readily available on the comparison. Fire. -6 gun depression. I think the Blesk has more than that. Yeah, Blesk has got -10. It's actually got nice gun depression. So this is gun depression limited. 2.1 aiming time, and the Blesk is sitting at 2.3. 0.38, and the Blesk is... So it's a slightly more accurate gun with less gun depression.
Right.
Huh. All right. And it's running a commander with radio operator, a gunner, and loader and a driver, which I believe is the same thing as the Bolesque. Correct. Yep. Driver, gunner, loader. Correct. So it's the same setup. So it's crew skill or crew wise, you can put whatever your tier 8, 9, or 10 in this thing and train it. Camo. Camo. I don't think it says does it say it? Dispersion ammo maximum. Blah blah blah. Doesn't show it. Let me go back and see if it was on this one. No. Don't know. Good question. Don't know what the camo is. Oh. Let's see. Hey, check it out. I have an advertisement from Beffig Watt Upgrade 946107. Want to dominate World of Tanks? Boost your performance now. Personal missions, gun marks, credits, bonds.
279 early.
Are you able? I didn't know you were able to talk to people before you even played a game.
Really?
I thought you were blocked from talking.
Yeah, I thought the chat didn't feature until the game
Maybe
started.
that was the forum? Maybe the forum was that? Players'
yeah.
rating is not macaque fewer than 50 battles. Huh. That's crazy, man. You shouldn't be able to... I thought I had... Oh, no, I have mine opened up. I'll take a message from anybody. Because, you know, people see the channel and they want to interact. That's all good. That's why... So, for those of you who have friends only, you don't have to see this garbage.
Yeah.
So, we'll just...
Yeah, that makes sense now. Yeah.
Whatever. Anyway, maybe that's how I should get my 279.
yeah, maybe. Why do it the right way? Which is the right way?
What is the right way, Pilgrim? Tell me the right way. What's the right way?
Who dictates what is the right way?
Right. Who's to say that in a Pixel Tank game you can't just buy your 279 early? I mean, it's an honest question, actually.
Well, to be fair, yeah.
Does it? I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, does it matter? I mean, sure.
It's just a game, isn't it? If somebody wants to spend $100 to buy a Pixel Tank, get on with it.
Yeah. Right.
In that sense, yeah.
Because I do get a little bent about it, but at the end of the day, if you think about it, does it matter?
You've got to say, yeah, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Raise your hand out there if you bought your tank.
I mean, look at it this way: as a let's take the morality out of it. Let's take the cheating part out of it. We actually buy premium tanks from Wargaming, so we buy the Pixel tanks.
Right.
So, in that sense, it's no different. It's no different than buying yourself a T.
I think it's slightly different because I would say it's slightly different because the mechanics of the game, the way you get it, is by doing it yourself. That's the intention. But then the question becomes, does the intention matter? And then your point is valid as well, right there. It's like, well, we buy premium tanks. So who cares really what the intention of the company is? If someone wants to buy the daggum tank, they buy the daggum tank.
Well, they're not actually buying the tank, are they? They're buying somebody else to grind the requirements.
Yeah.
So they're actually paying for somebody's time to do it. They're not even buying that.
That's a good point. Yeah. Somebody is grinding it.
Yeah. So it's not like they just bought it and did nothing with it. Somebody is grinding it. It might not necessarily be the account owner, which is where you have to take the morality out of it.
But then we get to the
business transaction. It's a business transaction.
Yeah, but then we do get to the ethical piece.
Yes.
I don't know if I would go so far as the morality, although I suppose there's some of that part in there, because the issue then becomes they're rigging games, which screws over other people in the game.
Yes, that's where it becomes.
Like, if there is an issue with that, that's where it is. Now, if you paid somebody to just no kidding be really good and go through the missions without rigging,
yeah,
okay, yeah, but that's not how they're doing it. That's not how they're doing it.
They're actually rigging the games to do it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No. I mean, if you had like the best player in the world and paid him to do the grind without rigging, then who cares? But when it starts to affect other players,
I mean, technically, it's still outside of the terms of service, and you signed something that said you wouldn't do that, and so there is that argument. But how does it really affect everybody? Not too much. I mean, you are giving pretty good tanks to people, that they might do well in that they otherwise wouldn't have. But that we're going down some serious rabbit holes on that one. But
I've had that game where 279 earlies rolled across the open field thinking they were indestructible, which was great for farming.
Turns out they weren't.
And those players were 38% players. So you got to say, how did you get that then?
Yeah, exactly. And that's where the issue is, right? Because you're goobering up other people's experience in the game when you're rigging and you're driving up mark requirements and all that stuff, screwing over people in the matches that you're in, screwing over the stats for people who are really interested in just playing the game. So you are absolutely affecting other people's gaming experience at that point. But just the general idea of buying it, you buy premium tanks all the time. Problem is,
take that out of the equation, and you basically it's a business transaction, isn't it?
But the reality is that that's how it's done, right? Yes, it's a business transaction, but then somebody's rigging stuff to get it done quickly because time is money. If you're going to run a business doing that, you need to crank out that tank as fast as possible because you want to then do another guy's tank and make that guy's money.
Yeah. I mean, this is in no way are we condoning doing it. We're just stating that there are a number of ways of looking at it. Isn't it? And I think personally, and I think for the majority of the people who watch this channel, personally, it stinks when people do that. But you can also see the arguments behind it, and people want to pay $100 for something that doesn't matter in real life. You go ahead and pay your $100, dude.
I wonder how many people are super jazzed that they paid the money for the tank and just love playing it.
I doubt it. Well, you'd have to look at the mindset of that sort of person. You'd have to say you would have a pretty immature mind. Well, in my opinion, you would have an immature mindset if you got any sort of pleasure out of that. You really are. You're a 3-year-old, for crying out loud. But that's Pilgrim's opinion.
Yeah. 279 players didn't know how to play.
Mackay, I love that. KT.
Well, that's an interesting thing because when they hire people, they're not hiring people because of how they can play the game. They're hiring people because of their coding skills or whatever it is they're doing. They're a community manager. They are good at the back end stuff. They're whatever they're being hired to do. They're who knows. And that's what they do. They build this game. They make this game. So they give them press accounts and accounts so they can play the game and have a better understanding of the game. But that doesn't mean they're going to be great at it right when they start, right?
It's that perception. Well, you're part of Wargames, so you must be brilliant at it.
Well,
actually, no.
Yeah.
I have platooned with a number of Wargaming employees, which turn out to be absolutely shit at the game.
But why would they be?
I mean,
they're not being paid for how they play the game. They're being paid for whatever it is they know how to do in the IT world or the gaming world or the marketing world or the PR world or whatever it is they do for the company.
The problem with platooning with Wargaming employees is they're part of the WGA clan, and they get arty focused. So if you're anywhere near them, you get absolutely mullered next to them. You're like, just go away from me. Go and play that side of the map.
God, that was something else that was going on in that little streak I was whining about when we started. I was absolutely getting followed by Artie on a couple. I'm like, God, and whether they were consciously doing it or it just happened that I was the one they shot at that time, I'm like, I am being shot by Artie every time I pop up.
But don't you do what I do when I play Artie, which I don't play an awful lot of, but when I do, I play for missions. Haha. So, or in fact, the other reason I play art is when I've had a really bad session of games. I just want to piss other people off.
I sometimes do that. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you click on a tank to say you're going to do him, normally the other arty player on the team will join in. So you've got two arties smashing you at the same time. Yeah, done that before.
Yeah. Lots of online games have that problem with players who don't know how to game. Don't know the game. I think I know what you're talking about. I wouldn't necessarily call it a problem. Where it becomes a problem if they start making game design decisions and they don't understand their game.
Yeah.
That's what irritates me, and it looks like that a lot as far as just playing the game. I don't know.
Well, Jimmy K's comment on top of that, he builds race cars, but he can't race cars. But
you've
got an intimate knowledge of the car.
Yeah.
So you might have an intimate knowledge of how Wargaming's mechanics work, but actually putting it into practice is a different matter, isn't it? So.
Yep. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Well, fellas, that was about everything that was on the docket today.
That's all the words you're using today, is it?
That's right. That's all the words I'm going to use on you. Meant problems was interaction. Yeah, there you go, Bruin. Yep. Oh, that's a good point too. I see what you're saying there.
Yeah.
And that's happened. We saw that a lot on the forums. You'd get an employee would come in and community manager and say something about the game. You know, people be complaining about something, and then they'd say something just completely out to lunch, and they just get pile drive for it.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, here's a typical example of an employee who progressed. Is tragic. When she first started, you know, she was probably one of the worst players I've ever seen. But I mean, she is now. She holds her own. She's really done well. She does well when she.
Well, yeah, it's an experience. I mean, she's a gamer. She figured it out. You know, just like it's not like you. Hey, I got hired by a war game. I'm going to go play World of Tanks at the office for 8 hours and get really good at it, dude. They hired you to do stuff.
A job.
Yeah. So. I don't know. I think there's definitely a thing where you'd go, why would I go play 3 or 4 hours a night of tanks when I'm there all day working? I'm going to go do something else. And that might not even be their kind of gaming, right? They're just, it's a job. They just needed the job kind of stuff.
Well, that's it. That's, you know, to them, it's a busman's holiday, bringing it home, isn't it?
Right.
So why would you? Yeah, no, it's a pleasure, Mackay. No problem at all.
Yeah, fellas. Thanks for coming by. Much appreciated. We will have Coffee Talk next week. I'll try to stream. I don't know. I'm leaving Thursday, so opportunities are limited. But if I do have an opportunity to get a couple hours in, we'll jump on and hang out, fellas. Employees are hired to code and create. Yeah, exactly, Bruno.
Exactly
yep.
That.
I mean, that would be cool. Get hired by him to just play. You know, because what's his name is quite good. Whatever you think of him, Iki Boo can play the game. He's pretty good at the game.
Yeah.
And he was doing content and stuff before he got hired. There you go, Eek. Yep. So there are a number of them that are actually pretty good, and a good number of them that are certainly competent. Like Domo, he's not there anymore, but Domo could play.
Domo's good enough. Yeah, he's not there anymore, is he?
Yeah.
But,
I'm not sure what happened with that.
No, I had a chat with him about that actually, and there's a lot of politics going on there.
Yeah.
A lot of politics, but you know, he was. I'm not going into it, but basically, he was standing up for the community when he wasn't supposed to be. According to Wargaming. Wargaming did not want him saying and doing the things that he was doing because he was standing up for us.
Is Tragic even still there?
That's a good point, actually.
I mean, she may be the...
We saw her on Tankfest, didn't we?
She may be one of the last... She was there for Tankfest, so she was there as of this summer. That's true.
Yeah.
I haven't been checking out their streams too much. You know, her and Commander AF would stream on occasion. I don't think there's many Americans left. Commander AF appears to be there for now. She did the October video, so at least that's still happening.
Yeah.
She's not streaming for medical reasons? Okay. Well, there you go. Good. Only Eek is streaming. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of... I wonder if the office in Austin's even there anymore.
That's a good question.
Something...
Because most of it's done from home, can't it?
Well, there'll be some over here. I mean, they'll have a foot over here for a lot of the technical stuff. I'm sure they have people, and then to interact with the server people and everything else.
Oh, yeah.
Online forums on occasion. Yeah. All right. Cool. That is it. Get ready for Christmas, guys. It's on its way. Buy those boxes.
dear.
We'll see.
Sell an arm and a leg.
Neither one of those.
Sorry,
Neither one of those tanks seems that interesting to me so far.
No.
I mean, I guess the Czech light tank, sort of. I kind of like the Blesk. I'm not a big fan of the Selma. I'm not doing well in it. That's probably why I'm not a fan of it.
No, but I mean, a tier 8 premium might actually be a little bit better. Yeah,
we'll see. All right, Pilgrim, thanks for coming by. Let's find somebody to raid, my friends. Who we got here? Who be streaming? Yeah, there'll probably be some reskins. That's a good point. I would not doubt that in any way. Who we got? Who we got? We'll raid Milepost. He's an old guy. Milepost 202. All right. We're going to start the raid. Pilgrim, thanks for coming by as always. Everybody else, thanks for coming by. You guys have a great rest of your Sunday. Hopefully see you before next Sunday. If not, it will be next Sunday. Keep sending in good replays, guys. I do need content. I have not been playing as much, so I've not been generated as much as for myself as I can. So I will take whatever you got in terms of replays, anything interesting, fun, exciting you want, an analysis, whatever. I'll be happy to do it. But that's all I've got from this side.
And it's Pilgrim signing off from the correct side of the Atlantic, sir.
Later.